Hello fellow Dark Warriors, I am Zardar and welcome to another online battle from Warhammer 2. So this time we're playing as the treacherous Dark Elves and we're up against the Tomb Kings. So for my army, as you can see, a front line of some Sisters of Slaughter, some Hellebroni, which are quite excellent into the front line, just applying poison, being a nuisance. I don't think they have a protector kind of effect, nope, just extra poison and some better stats overall, especially their melee defense, making them last a lot longer than usual. Dread Spears on its flank, and also one unit of Blackguard of Nagaron, just in case my opponent went really heavy with constructs, which these guys are quite excellent at taking down. Two units of the Sage, just the standard one with only the armor-piercing missiles. 2 units of Dark Riders in the back, also 2 units of Repeater Crossbowmen and 1 unit of Cold One Knights. And for my leadership, I only got Morathi over here, which we got the Wand of the Caradon and Deadly Onslaught, Soul Stealer, pretty much a must, the Soul Blight, and also the Heart Render and the Dark Sword, along with the Enchanting Beauty, which really lowers the melee attack from for my opponent, which is yeah, minus 18 melee attack. That's a freaking lot, and also some melee defense as well. So for my opponent, he's got 2 freaking giants, he's got 2 Casket of Souls along with Katep and pretty much some you know, some Nehekara magic. I'm not gonna go through that, you know, the stuff, physical resistance, Nero's incantation, and yeah, Usep's incantation of desiccation, some spearmen, because he was really low on money, because he also got like 2 Sapti great bows. So really tight on money. The only good infantry unit is actually these Tomb Halberds over here, Tomguard Halberd, and this is pretty much it. So immediately he's gonna start opening fire. He specifically positioned over there because it was a small map, so he needed to make the most out of his artillery and the bone giants. That's why he went so far back. And honestly, I'm gonna take a huge pounding from all of that artillery, but all I need to do is just get my Sage into a firing line and everything is gonna collapse. I'm just gonna I don't know, like sacrifice my Dark Riders with crossbows over here, because they're like the squishiest unit in my army at the moment, and I'm just gonna send them in, just buy enough time so my whole front line is not gonna suffer that much of a damage. For some reason these freaking a-holes just start walking instead of running, so I'm just gonna give the order again, and I was like, oh my god, like seriously, you kidding me? I'm trying to buy time with my Dark Riders over here and you guys just walk. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get the Dark Riders into the flanks, and also I keep the Cold One Knights hidden inside the woods because I don't want them to suffer any good damage. And now this battle already tilted against my favor, because he's got like pretty much a heavy duty artillery line over here. But the thing is that these Sage are gonna do an amazing job as soon as they get in line. And just a piece of advice, if you go with a really heavy shooting line, by heavy I mean just 2 units, you don't need more than 2 units, you don't have to go like 4 archer units, 4 Sage or 4 Dark Swords. 2 Dark Swords are all that that's needed, or 2 Sage, trust me. So yeah, if you go with heavy missile line, people always tend to do that mistake. They go offensive with their cavalry. Don't mind me over here, I knew what I was doing because I saw that army, I knew exactly the cost of these units, and I knew that there was nothing in my back line, and if it was, it would be like skeleton horsemen, which these guys can just trample within a few seconds. So yeah, don't mind me going into the back line. Yeah, the people do that mistake all the time. Like, if you're relying on your missiles, don't freaking go offensive. Like, keep your cavalry in the back and protect your back line, because you need those Sage or whatever missile to keep on firing, because this is where the real damage lies, not the freaking Cold One Knights, not the freaking Dark Riders. Even if you had like an OP unit like Fireborn or Alt of Griffites going into the back line, they would still get destroyed by attrition fight. But if you kept them in the back, possibly they got shot or something like that, but they would be there protecting the Sage from just getting destroyed, which as you will see in a little bit of a few, the Sage are the ones that are gonna win me the fight pretty much handily. Like, these guys are gonna do all the work. I'm trying to get the Dark Riders, yeah, just a misclick over here. I was just trying to come through this way, but there was the white line really close, so I didn't give the order correctly. His spearmen are gonna collapsing into the front, and look at that, the Sage, just one volley and the Bone Giant is down to 8%, another one and it's down to 60%. And yeah, just that continuous firing is gonna do some work. I also drop a Soul Stealer because look at that, it was too juicy for me. I'm gonna send the Dark Riders just to stop the Cascade of Souls from actually shooting. The Bounce of Power immediately changing back towards my favor by that Soul Stealer and the damage that the Bone Giant has been inflicted. The Cold One Knights are gonna sneak through. I'm just gonna throw the Dark Riders against the spears so I can buy these guys some time to go after Katep back here. I also drop a Soul Blight, making it easier for my spears and pretty much everybody to just win the infantry fight. He drops a Sandstorm on top of my Hellebronai, I mean not just normal spears. The rest of the fight is doing really well. Just 49 Sisters of Slaughter are able over here to just kill these zombie spearmen. The same goes for the Dread Spears, they're gonna overcome that. The Balance of Power already tilting in my favor. One Bone Giant is already dead and the other one is like 50% health just because of the Sage back here. So say for example that he had like 2 less Ushabti and he only had like these 2 Bone Giants. I wouldn't have gone into the back line of his. I would have just kept my guys back here just to make sure these guys continuously firing, because just making the most of that ammunition is just gonna win you the fight into pretty much any matchup. It doesn't matter if it's Dark Swords, it doesn't matter if it's like the Silver Bullets. If you get your missile fire line to shoot throughout the whole game, it's pretty much a standard victory, because if they get armor piercing and stuff like that, they can snipe out these constructs or any other entity quite easily and quite fast, that is, which is gonna take away the chance from your opponent to actually react, because the Bone Giant the Bone Giants, both of them actually just melted immediately. Yes, we're taking a few shots in now, so yeah, anyway. It's not gonna be a deal, just a few guys dead, but the other Bone Giant has collapsed. The Black Guard of Nagaron was also here providing some help, which was not good at all. Dread Spears are collapsing that have won the fight over here, and I think these guys are just gonna collapse. So it seemed like really hard in the beginning. The Bounce of Power tilted really hard against me, but I managed to pull it off because of the Dark Sage. Just 5 and 4 kills, but you gotta ask what those kills were. 2 Bone Giants, and also a few Ushabti with great bows, as soon as I realized they were dead. So yeah, that was quite a nice matchup. I don't have much to say. I'm not really an expert on what to bring. I just bring whatever I feel like at the moment and hope it works. And if it works, I just keep it. If it doesn't, well, I evolve it. I bring something better next time, something that is gonna counter pretty much any unit that my opponent has. Like every time I pick a unit, I pick a faction and then units, it's like who am I playing against with? Tomb Kings. What do they've got? Ushabti. Bone Giants, heavy missile line, so we need something to counter that. So what do we have? Sage, which got stock, so they will be able to get really close and just start working them down quite fast, as you saw over there. What do they've got? They got some decent missile cavalry. Okay, all we need is a few Dark Riders and 1 unit of Cold One Knights to counter any other monster. Large entities. The Sage can kill them too. Also 1 unit of Blackguard. Frontline. Possibly some Tomb Guard. Well, let's bring the Sisters of Slaughter. And let's throw some spears in there just in case there's like Tomb Scorpions or stuff like that. And some poison would be great. And also some huge magic with Morathi. That's how I think, so try to think like that. I don't know if it's not working out for you. Anyway, quite a fun build from my opponent. I really like the heavy duty from the missile range, but I think he really misplayed that. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed, guys. Feel free to leave a like or a comment. Feel free to subscribe or hit the notification button in order to stay tuned. And I'm gonna be seeing you next time. Bye bye.